Any of you guys listening have a type, quote unquote, of person that you just will not date? And this could be pretty broad. Like, somebody that's a gamer. You dated somebody that was a gamer. They wouldn't spend any time with you. All they were thinking about and talking about and spending time was gaming. So you're like, you know what? I will never, ever do that again. 1-855-BERT Show. And we're asking for this reason because of this email.
Bert, it's so funny. You were talking about breaking up with your favorite teams. Last weekend was the second time I've broken up with boys who are too consumed by sports.
All right, so if you missed that, I told these guys that I just had like another epiphany where I'm just giving up on watching and really following my favorite teams. It has given me nothing but heartache over the years. And when I say years, I am talking about 3 decades. And the amount of time that I put in following guys that I don't know, emotionally changing me in my house, affecting my attitude towards my family. I'm just not doing it anymore. So I have broken up with my sports teams and I have held strong for 2 days.
You know what I like about this dilemma? She's like, last weekend was the second time I've broken up, like in all caps.
Right.
And I'm like, not on the second time do you talk in all caps, like the 18th time or maybe the 5th time.
It depends how bad it is.
She is like 2 and done, and
Right.
I love it. She's so fed up. So this is the second time she's broken up with a boy who is too consumed by sports. I'm not swearing off men. I'm only swearing off men who are obsessed with their teams. I don't know how I can filter them out. I look for hats first,
Then the face
and
paint.
then a T-shirt. Yeah. So that's my little tidbit. The last guy I dated would change moods when the Braves won or lost.
I get it.
Yeah.
I would know if he was going to be in a good mood or not based on their game the night before. He couldn't miss watching a game, and we didn't even have a lot of extra time to spend together. Another guy I dated a while back was nearly the same way about any Boston team. So that meant if the Celtics?
Celtics.
I'm not wrong.
I'm sorry. No, it's not you.
It's called Celtic music.
Celtics. That's why you're our sports director.
I'm not wrong. You are not wrong. I'm culturing you mofos. Learn something today.
The Boston Celtics.
The classic Celtics. Okay,
love you.
the Celtics,
Yep.
the Red Sox,
Yeah.
or whatever the hockey team's name is that would lose. He was awful to be around.
That's the Bruins, I think.
I
don't
won't
even know.
date men who take sports so seriously anymore. So good for you, Bert.
So I was really wondering, curious, like, is there anybody that you just won't date? Like, it could be somebody that's so into like astrological signs. Like, there's a sign you will not date because you've tried it before and it just didn't work out. We've taken calls from women that won't date airline pilots. Because they're all over the country and they had a couple of experiences with pilots where these pilots had relationships in different cities. So that was another one. 1-855-BERT Show.
I swore off musicians.
What? You're married to
And then I
a...
met my husband, Blair, who was a musician.
So
it was
what-
very frustrating.
What was the history leading up to that? Just that they were cheating left and right.
Yeah, I had dated a few, and they, if they're happy, they're unhappy because they need to be tortured about something. So they'll cause drama just so they have a song to write about,
Right.
and then they'll cheat on you. Yeah, and same as the airline pilot. Like if you got a touring musician on your hands, you don't know where they are or what they're poking. at any time.
I've heard a lot of women complain about fantasy sports leagues and their men. Like
Oh.
every day he's online, we could be hanging out and he's asking me or he's on the phone with friends trying to figure out who he's going to trade for, and it just consumes way too much of his time.
does
I
take
will
a lot of
never
time.
date another guy that is into fantasy baseball or whatever, football.
I would never date a professional athlete. I mean, I never had the opportunity to because it's never presented itself. But if it did, I would turn it down.
For what reason? Just because they're all over and
My
women
friends,
throwing themselves.
I've had multiple friends date professional athletes, and every single one of them cheated on multiple times. Like bad.
Mo, there's got to be a sign because you're so into like astrological signs. There's got to be a sign you will not date.
Other Virgos?
I was hoping you didn't make me do. That's one.
Yeah.
Two Virgos is a little too much in one relationship.
I love you guys, but you're exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe, trust me, I know. I'm tired of myself. Probably Virgos and Leos, I would say. There's no offense to Leos. Leos just require a lot of attention, and I am not that kind of guy that will give you the attention you need, so
Yeah.
it just doesn't work.
Right. Hey, Debbie, good morning. Who have you sworn off? You will not date who?
Well, I'm on online dating, and I saw someone that cremates horses for a living, and I just couldn't go there.
Okay.
I will no longer date anyone that cremates horses.
I was not ready.
Oddly specific.
Yes.
Now, just
Do you get it? I mean,
Yes.
I get it. But
why would you get
that
it?
you had
I
to
mean,
put your foot down about it.
mean,
I'm officially done.
it seems like an easier process than Barry, you know? That would take more time, I think.
I don't know why it disturbs me, but it does. I understand.
So that was in his bio? Like, how did he put that in his bio?
yeah, it just said his job was a horse cremator.
And he wasn't joking.
No.
It's worse if he was.
It's a lot of ashes, man.
When I was single, I dated two different morticians.
Really?
Two different morticians,
I'm
right?
obsessed.
Super lovely people.
Yeah.
Seriously, really, really like
They have to be to deal with what they deal with.
kind,
Yeah.
and they loved their jobs because your clientele generally isn't gonna mess with you during the day.
They're not going to complain.
You know, they're not gonna complain.
5 stars on
Nobody's
Yelp.
rating you.
And they used to say, they both would say when they walked in there, it was just so peaceful and quiet,
I
and they
would
both
thrive.
loved it.
Really?
I want to know
I
how to
couldn't
get
do it.
into this. How do you get into that? Like, I feel like I could do that. I feel like I'd be so good at it.
I feel like there are job openings in that field all the time. I'm
Sure.
Tucker, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Okay, who have you sworn off? You will not date who?
Teachers.
Why?
I mean, what they do is the most selfless job out there, but, you know, they work so much, and I've been married to two teachers, and, you know, they work till 8, 9 o'clock at night, you know, and that's their priority, and so
Yeah, it has to be,
I don't
right?
do that.
Right.
So,
All right, third teacher gets no shot with him. Linda, good morning. Who have you sworn off? You will not date what or who?
Hi. Each of my ex-husbands, their last names contained 8 letters. So going forward, I can't date anyone that has 8 letters in their last name.
You're fascinating.
That is legit.
Well, I'm out.
Are you?
I don't even know how many are in mine. I don't think I've ever
Yep,
counted.
I'm out of there.
Yeah, you're out.
When did you realize that was a commonality between the two?
With the second one,
Uh-huh.
and then that marriage lasted less than 2 years, and we went our separate ways. And then I started dating the third, and I didn't even take his last name because I was like, oh my gosh, this is superstitious. It's a taboo. I can't even do it. But 8 letters.
Got me over here counting on my fingers
I
today.
know,
I love you for it.
Hey, Morgan, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. You will not date who?
Skinny men.
Skinny men.
No, I can't do it. I don't want to feel like I'm breaking them.
Have you dated skinny men in the past and just decided it's not for you?
Yes, I have. And I just feel, it makes me feel even bigger. So I got myself a solid man.
Solid man. He's like a tree trunk.
A solid
Like it.
9-lettered man is what every woman is
Yes.
looking for.
Let's just go ahead and point out the obvious, something a woman can say that a man can't.
Yeah, right.
That's a fact.
Right.
The Bert Show.